What's going on, YouTube? It is 12:53 a.m., meaning almost 1 a.m., 10/8/2025. I'm going to get a little bit raw. Some of you might get offended. That just makes you a simp, a beta. Sorry, not sorry. I believe in truth. Nothing in this video is financial advice. Do your own research. Form your own opinions. Nothing in this video is legal advice. Be your own man. Be your own woman. Don't listen to me. Or do. But do so on your own free will. Holy Moses, y'all. Gold. CMI. Damn, hiccups. Sorry. CMI. $4,036.15 an ounce for this yellow metal. Wow. Silver, $48.88 an ounce. Wow. Platinum, $16.60.48 an ounce. Wow. Palladium, $14.07.17. Don't have any to show you because I don't have any. GSR, $82.57. Like I said, the GSR is not going to get down to 15 to 1, probably not 60 to 1 like everyone wants, but silver's still going to do really, really well, and that's what matters. I've said it, I'll continue to say it. Gold is up $50.40 an ounce for the day. Silver's up 97 cents for the day. Platinum up 27.18 for the day. And palladium, 38.27 up for the day. Now, for those of you who've been following me for any amount of time, I started pushing gold hard a couple years ago. It was about $2 grand an ounce. I got a lot of flack on that. And I've never said don't stack silver. I said move into gold because by now you should have plenty of silver. But I never said don't buy more silver. I said start moving into gold. And for all those people that gave me pushback at $2,000 an ounce gold, kiss my ass. I was right. I saw the writing on the wall, and you should have too. We all saw it for silver. How people miss that is beyond me. And I will continue to buy gold, and I will continue to buy silver, and I will continue to buy platinum. In fact, I think it's all a buy. Platinum, I'm starting to have renewed vigor, renewed faith in platinum. It was dormant for a long time. Do I think it's going to be worth more than gold again? Probably not. Do I think it's going to perform well? Yeah, I do. So we're going to put some of that in the stack soon. Matter of fact, I am going to get off my ass tomorrow, well today, and do a little Grubhub or DoorDash, because I am not above Grubhubbing or DoorDashing for gold. I will Grubhub for gold, for silver, for platinum. 'Tis what it is. Here's where it gets sensitive, okay? You know, I'm a die-hard conservative in my mind. To me, what a conservative should be, or is somebody who pretty much wants to be left alone, right? Doesn't want to pay a bunch of taxes to the government, wants to have their 2A left alone. We shouldn't have the restrictions we have, period and end. And I will not abide by them. I'm done with that. And that was true under Trump's first term when he banned my bump stock. Never got rid of it. I don't care if it's my guy or the other guy. When you impede on my rights, you impede on my rights, period, end. Oregon just passed it. Excuse me. Damn. Oregon just passed a deal. Without the voters' consent, by the way, but we're so stupid we probably would have passed it because we're just stupid as a society now. They pushed it through the Senate, banning binary triggers, rapid fire devices, bump stocks. Guess what? Not giving up those either. Not going to happen. Why do I have this standard capacity 17 round mag out? Well, this is going to be banned in my state in March. Not giving this up. Not going to happen. Do I think it'll all get overturned in the Supreme Court at some point? Definitely not the Ninth Circuit Liberal Court. Sure. Probably. But I'm not waiting on the court to tell me what I can and can't do. Now, what will I do? I will carry compliant things. Okay? Under 10 rounds. Why? My carry pieces, this goes to my 1911, which I would never carry on a daily basis. For carry, I'm not a huge fan of the platform. I think it's a great platform. It's got such a light trigger pull, and it has a safety. And I don't carry weapons with a safety per se. I carry weapons with a stiffer trigger pull because I've had safeties engage themselves. And my current carry piece does have one, but it's a very stiff safety, and there's pretty much no way it would. The way it's designed, I'm not going to tell you what weapon it is, but the way it's designed, it's pretty much impossible to engage itself. But when I had a carry weapon engage its safety on its own in the holster as it got worn and weak, I decided I couldn't have that, because if I pull a weapon out, God forbid, and I have to pull the trigger in it, I need that to go bang. So I generally don't carry a weapon with a safety. So for me, I think the 1911 platform is fantastic, but it's not an everyday carry choice for me because the triggers are so sensitive. I have to have a safety on, or too hard of a fart and it's going to go off. I can't have that. Moving on, let's talk about Sig Sauer and the P320. I have long been a fan of Sig. Okay, and this goes with cognitive dissonance. Like I was talking about with people. Well, my guy banned something, so I'm okay with it. No. The truth is the truth. Sig Sauer, a long time to them, is a wonderful firearm manufacturer. I do not anymore. The P320 has gone off on its own. I mean, fired on its own, holstered. If you drop it, it fires. Holster. I mean, there are videos. I had a guy challenge me on a gun channel where I left a comment, please document the amount of times this has happened. I said, go onto YouTube, type in Sig P320, goes off on its own, and you will see numerous videos documenting this. And can't believe I'm going to say this. I am never for any anti-2A legislation, period, end. However, a federal judge the other day made a ruling that Chicago PD cannot carry Sig P320s anymore on duty. Now, the state of Washington has banned those in their training facilities for qualification for the cops. People lost their minds. Departments nationwide have traded them in because of the liability. People lost their minds. And now you have these people that are like, oh, you can't do any anti-gun legislation. Here's the deal, you can't. However, do you want to carry a weapon that will shoot you in the balls or shoot you in the foot just because it wants to go off? I hope not. Do you want security, law enforcement, civilians next to you carrying a weapon that has a reputation for doing that? I hope you don't. And the fact is, this is actually the only time I think that I can side with the judge's ruling. That should be nationwide. I don't want people carrying guns that just shoot themselves. Sorry. We shouldn't have to have this discussion. If you don't get that, then you probably eat crayons. It's amazing to me. It's irresponsible. And the fact that Sig Sauer will not, A, admit there's a problem, B, address and correct the issue, means I will never give them a dime of my money, ever. Taurus had an issue like that. They had guns that went off. And guess what? They said, whoa, send us back the guns. We identified the problem. Our bad. We'll take care of it on us. We'll cover it all. That's what you do. There are going to be mishaps with things. There are going to be things that are made wrong. I mean, it happens. Toyota, great car manufacturer. They're having some problems. Honda's had their problems. Things are going to be made wrong. It's how you react, deal, and accept this, and accept the responsibility as the manufacturer. And SIG has not done that. So, good job for that judge. Sorry. There is almost no gray area with, anti-2A legislation, but that's not even anti-2A legislation to me because that's a safety issue. And if you don't see that, if you don't see that somebody carrying a weapon next to you, around you, your neighbor, whatever, as a liability, you're an idiot. And if people would do what they should have done and say, well, we're not carrying these for work, we're not carrying these for civilian use because they're not reliable, they're not to be trusted, the judge wouldn't have had to do that. But see, that's the difference between me and people that look up to leaders and politicians. Here's the deal. In my opinion, the only leader we as people should look up to and worship in any way is Jesus Christ and God. And whether people tell you this or not, they worship their politician, be it Joe Biden, be it Donald Trump, be it their favorite governor, whatever it is. And I don't do that. I approach things with logic. And if you do something I don't like and I don't agree with, I don't care if you're my brother, my sister, my mom, my dad, my best friend, I'm going to call you on it because I expect you to do that with me. It helps me be better. And Judge did the right thing because people wouldn't. Just like I'm doing the right thing by not giving up a damn thing. I don't care what Oregon says. I don't care what the federal government says. My 2A rights are not for compromise. My 1A rights are not for compromise. Rights are rights. And this whole thing about, we gotta ban guns for the T people, the transmission people, the transformers. No, we don't. Well, they're on SSRIs. You know what? How many people are on mental medication in the world today? You want to take their guns? Because most people are on something. I'm not. I take testosterone and let me think, and an 81 milligram aspirin a day. That is what I take. I'm not on mental medication. Don't need to be. I'm not on any of that. Take about 200 milligrams testosterone a week, 150, 200, depending on how my levels are. I get that checked. I keep it monitored all through the doc. It's all legal. Whether it's legal or not doesn't matter to me. It's not immoral. Laws and morals are very different. Sometimes they coincide. Oftentimes they don't. But a lot of people are on mental medication for depression, anxiety, whatever. You want to take their guns too? I don't believe in that. I don't believe in looking up to political figures on either side of the spectrum to worship, to lead me. I don't believe in that. I don't believe their word is gospel. I believe if you do something good, you should be praised. You should get the credit. I believe if you do something bad, whether I like you or not, you should be, you should get that credit as well. That being said, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, buy some damn gold, silver, and guns, y'all, and some platinum, in my opinion. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, show some love, and whatever you do, keep stacking.